Okay, so I wanted to do this video. Apparently, it got erased the last time. So, anyways, I just wanted to do this video basically on Crystal Swirls, Angel Charms, who's on Crystal Swirls channel. And I'm kind of like of this perspective. Like, I don't really favor I don't really favor Angel Charms. I don't really favor Angel Charms, and I don't really dislike Angel Charms. As much as people might think that I dislike her, I do not. But I did think that it was not really right to try and call her transgender, because it just, to me, for one, what is the point of trying to say Angel Charms is transgender? What does it do? How does this show that this is why Angel Charms doesn't like Crystal Swirls? To me, it doesn't pertain to the topic. I understand that Angel Charms is for Crystal Swirls a traitor, somebody who is her enemy, her nemesis. And she did say that it's coming from someone else who said that they looked on FaceTime and they saw a man. I've seen her photos, and I didn't really pay attention to any masculine features. I saw her video. It was on an app where she was using gradient filters, basically. It's a cool app, basically. And she's about my color, and I remember noticing that she's a lot lighter in her filters, and I used to feel about that, as if I was doing something wrong, which I really wasn't. I was just putting my photos into the filter. Anyway, so that's just generally how I feel about that. I don't really think it's like warranted. I honestly think the one thing that makes me think that maybe Crystal Swirls has only one single point is this: black trans women sometimes feel certain towards women who are born female that are black, because they're trying to look like those women. And sometimes there's this hate, jealousy thing where they hate your existence kind of thing. And I could say from my perspective that that is true with Angel Charms. I remember originally right off the bat she hated me for no reason. And it's a one-sided, kind of situation. And it's always been that way with transgender women like that. But at the same time, I think that, older women do that too. So you can't just go willy-nilly accusing people of being trans because of that. Then honestly, one other thing she said was ego, saying that trans women would have an ego like a man. This didn't make any sense to me, because do you understand why trans women say they're trans women? They say they're trans women because they act and think like a woman. That would mean the ego is in the brain, right? That would mean that a trans woman would not ego. And it would also mean that a woman that had an ego had more of a propensity to be more like a trans man. Now, I do think Crystal Swirls does not pay attention to the differences between trans women and trans men. She doesn't. Even, she's talked about trans men before, and she almost acted like nobody would do that. Which is like, from my perspective, I don't understand why anyone would become a trans woman. Everyone understands my perspective. I'm more on the masculine side. If I could choose, I would be born male. But the point is, the whole thing about ego, that would more so pertain to someone who was mentally male. So that would either be a trans man, someone who was born female, and, was more mentally male, or a man. But not a woman, and not someone who's a trans woman, because a trans woman is mentally female. So, that's all I wanted to say there. Oh yeah, one other thing. I think it would backfire if Angel Charms was trans, because if she was trans, then that means that Dan was with was interested in someone who was trans. And Crystal was with Dan. I would never want to openly say that I was sucking someone's dick who possibly could have had sex with a trans woman. I don't know, to me, I'm weird because I constantly, I know this might be rude or maybe a little derogatory. I don't mean to be rude or anything of that nature, but I've always thought, unless it's me, I don't like thinking of a guy going into someone else's butt, basically. And that's anyone's, but specifically a male's really bothers trans, or if they are a guy, it really wouldn't matter. To me, I'm like, if you could have possibly stuck your penis in someone else's butt, that bothers me. I don't know. I don't know what other women think of that, but I would think, you wouldn't want to think someone you have had sex with does those kinds of things. And I say that as a person who's very open to transgender people. I've had friends that were trans women. I've had friends that were gay men. And so I don't hate anybody. But I'm just saying, when you accuse someone of something, make sure it never splashes back at you. So that's all I have to say in this video. But I haven't watched the whole video on Crystal Swirls. I hope to soon. Thanks.